The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Get your facts first, then you can distort them as you please. It's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform or pause and reflect. A lie can travel halfway around the world before the truth gets its boots on. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. The lack of money is the root of all evil. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. When in doubt, tell the truth. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one. Don't let schooling interfere with your education. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. The human race has one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. Go to heaven for the climate, hell for the company. There are many humorous things in the world, among them, the white man's notion that he is less savage than the other savages. It usually takes me more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech. No one who can read is alone. The secret of success is making your vocation your vacation. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve them. Familiarity breeds contempt and children. A genius is the man who can do the average thing when everyone else around him is losing his mind. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. Be good and you will be lonesome. Nothing so needs reforming as other people's habits. The human race is governed by its imagination. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Whenever you do a thing, act as if all the world were watching. There are 3 kinds of lies: lies, damned lies, and statistics. All generalizations are false, including this one. Life is short. Break the rules. The secret of getting out of a tight place is to invent something. A cat is a dog's idea of perfect. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. A gentleman is someone who never hurts the feelings of another person unintentionally. The only way to keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not.
A man's character may be learned from the adjectives which he habitually uses in conversation.
Truth is too strong a liquor to be taken neat.
If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and a man.
Do the right as you go, and let the consequence follow. Blessed is he who expects nothing, for he shall never be disappointed. When I was younger, I could remember anything, whether it had happened or not.
A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval.
That man is a success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much.
Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first.
The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Quitting smoking is easy. I've done it many times.
A person's a person, no matter how small.
Denial ain't just a river in Egypt.
A lie can travel 3/4 of the way around the world, while the truth is lacing up its boots. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish and feed him for a lifetime.
Few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example.
Don't find fault, find a remedy.
Truth is the most valuable thing we have. Let us economize it. The 1st of April is the day we remember what we are, the other 364 days of the year.
I didn't attend the funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it.
You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. Let us endeavor so to live that when we come to die, even the undertaker will be sorry. Do not let schooling interfere with your education. Whenever you do a thing, act as if all the world were watching.
The public is wrong quite often, but it seldom seems to have any trouble with a mistake. Experience is a good teacher, but she sends in terrific bills.
You can't throw cold water on a man without getting some on yourself. Truth is mighty and will prevail. There is nothing wrong with this, except that it ain't easy to get it started. To succeed in life, you need 2 things: ignorance and confidence.
It usually takes more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech. There is no unhappiness like the misery of citing wealth where there is none.
There are lies, damned lies, and there are statistics. When angry, count to 4. When very angry, swear. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. You don't go around doing nice things for people and then ask them to remember it. They generally don't. A mother's love is peace. It need not be acquired. It need not be deserved. The finest clothing made is a person's skin, but, of course, society demands something more than this.
I've lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. A man who carries a cat by the tail learns something he can learn no other way.
Work consists of whatever a body is obliged to do. Play consists of whatever a body is not obliged to do.
The difference between the right word and the almost right word is the difference between lightning and a lightning bug. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly, and I did. I said, I didn't know. I am an old man and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Good breeding consists in concealing how much we think of ourselves and how little we think of the other person.
Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80 and gradually approach 18. The worst loneliness is not to be comfortable with yourself. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. It's the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning.
A lie can travel halfway around the world, while the truth is still putting on its shoes.
We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live.